Hello there, and welcome to Women's Business.
My name is Dr. Marianne Shallcross-Smith, known to most as Dr. Daycare, and this is my co-host, Amy Vogel. We'd like to welcome you to our mentoring program designed to educate our community on issues facing working women. We will be speaking to our guests in the areas art, sciences, health, education, law, medicine, politics, community service, military, and business.
The goal of the show is to provide information that comes only from personal experience and to pass this information down to our daughters, nieces, neighbors, family, and friends. Much of the content will relate to the guest speaker's journey in their profession, what they have learned most about this process, and what they wished they had known before this journey began. Since women-owned businesses are the fastest growing sector of our economy, my guests will close with what lesson they would like to pass on to the viewing audience. Thank you for joining us on Women's Business. We are honored to welcome Katherine Bailey. How are you?
Good, Amy. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for coming into
Absolutely.
the show. We're very excited to learn more about Katie today. She is currently a toddler teacher, and we are colleagues and work together. So we're going to talk about her journey throughout early childhood, as well as different things she does along her path to make her life happy and enjoyable. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Currently, I'm teaching at Dr. Daycare, which I love and adore. I love all the staff. I love my job. I love the children. So currently, I'm the toddler teacher at the Dr. Daycare at the Pawtucket Concord Street. And I have a wonderful assistant, Betsy. She's great. She does like a ton of artwork. She's great with the children. We have a great rapport with one another. What else can I say?
Now, how did you get into early childhood?
I got into the early childhood education field by, I went to St. Raphael Academy for high school.
Oh, very nice.
So we had this thing called Christian Action.
Yeah.
And we had a choice of whether or not we could go to like a soup kitchen or a daycare. And so obviously I picked a daycare. So it was in North Attleboro. I think it was like inside of a church.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So I just, when I did this, I just fell in love with it. And
That's
from
awesome.
right then and there, that's when I knew what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
That's amazing.
And that's how I started this journey with the early childhood field.
Now, have you always been a toddler teacher?
I have actually done every single age group
Really?
there is in the child care field. I've done infants, toddlers, preschool, pre-K,
Oh, wow.
school age, everything.
What is your favorite?
I have to say the toddlers
Yeah.
and preschool
Yeah.
too. So
Toddlers are fun. I love
because
toddlers.
you get to watch them grow
Yes.
from when they're like a baby,
Yeah.
and then you watch them just,
Mhm.
you know, turn into like young children.
I know. It's wonderful.
It is.
It's wonderful.
It is. It's the best field that I think that you could ever be in.
Yeah. I think it's a wonderful field
Yeah.
as well. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
So over the time working in early childhood, I feel like the profession has developed a lot.
It has.
There's many different opportunities now for early childhood advancement. There's many opportunities in college, more so than there probably was
Right.
in the 80s and 90s. So it's great to see early childhood develop into
Right.
a
Well,
profession.
that's when I had started. I started when I was 18 or 17,
Yeah.
18. I'm 44 now,
Yep.
and I'm still doing it. So I have a lot of years behind me doing this. So I've also watched it grow, and
And there's great training opportunities.
yes, we didn't have that back when I first started out.
Yeah.
So
Regarding training, we offer trainings for us, but what trainings do you enjoy the most that really help you inside the classroom?
probably the behavior the ones, because with toddlers they do tend to, there's a lot of biting, there's
Yep.
a lot of hitting, because they orally they can't,
Yes.
they've
Speak, yeah.
their speech is not, so that's how they act out.
Yeah.
So getting trainings like that really helps, us in the field, to be able to handle the situation when it does happen.
Excellent, excellent. Now, over your career, you must have had some type of mentor or someone in your life that's kind of pushed you or helped you or got you to the next step, because early childhood is a wonderful profession,
Right.
but You have to have a lot of patience.
Oh, yes.
You have to be open to changing the environment quickly.
Absolutely.
You have to be on your toes and ready to go. It's not.
You have to have eyes in the back of your head at all
Yes.
times.
It's not like when I do more of operations, so I'm usually at a computer. and
Right.
I understand that's probably much easier
Right.
than what you all do. So what has kept you going in this field?
I just love what I do
great.
so much. It's just, I enjoy going to work every single day.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's just it's just so rewarding what you get out of this. You know, just the hugs, the kisses, the parents who just really appreciate what you do for their children every day.
Yep.
So that it's really, really, really rewarding.
That's wonderful. Did you have a mentor growing up? Anyone that's inspired you?
Well, obviously my mother. So
that's
you know,
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah. She just thinks that what I do is just so wonderful, and she's just very proud of me
That's
about
awesome.
my accomplishments
That's
with my
awesome.
career.
That's
so.
wonderful. Excellent. So what do you do to unwind from working in a toddler room all day?
Well,
8
as
hours
you
a
know,
day?
I do run.
Yes, you run a lot.
I
right?
run. I run a lot. I go to the now that it's fall, I can't go to the beach anymore, and that's one of my favorite things. Every weekend I'm at the beach
That's
with
great.
my girlfriends. So
That's amazing.
that's
Now, how did you start? So I always wanted to be a runner,
yeah.
but I've never gotten that far. After like a mile or two,
I started.
I'm done.
Yeah. Well, how I started to run, I walked. And
Okay.
I power walked, and I went on Blackstone Boulevard.
Yeah.
And that's how I started that. And then I'm like, oh well, this is kind of boring, and I want to like pump it up a little bit
Yeah.
more. So then I just started running little by little, little by little. You go, you
Yep.
stop a little bit, you take a breather, then you start up again. And then I made it so like I could just do like 3 to 5 miles and just
3 to
keep
5
going.
miles.
Yeah.
That's
so
amazing.
I did that run, that Night Nation run
Yep.
at McCoy Stadium.
Yep.
That was like so much fun.
How many miles was that?
I think it was 5, but it was all within the McCoy Stadium.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very cool.
It was, and he had like all these light sticks and
Now, how long have you been running for?
walking and running. I maybe like 20 years,
Oh, wow.
maybe.
And so I know. So my friends that run, they're like, if I'm gonna run, I have to at least put 3 miles in.
Exactly. That's
And
what I do.
That I find that amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I'm gonna run, I gotta at least
Yep.
finish a mile.
I even have like routes that I go on.
Do you
that-
get bored?
No, because I put my songs on
Yeah.
and my earphones in, and then I just
Go.
zone out and just
That's amazing.
yeah, and then you feel so much better
Yes,
after.
the runner's high.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes you.
Or anything, even like working out when I go to the gym, and you're just so refreshed. You have so much energy,
That's great.
and that's why I used to love to go early in the morning and then go to work, because first of all you get it over with.
Yeah,
for the day.
I'm with you, getting it over with.
Yeah, and then you have so much energy during the day that it's.
How do you get out of bed to go early? Because like literally,
You set your
my,
alarm,
No, I
yeah.
will. I'll set my alarm for 5:30. I'm like, I'm gonna do this morning. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna.
Yep.
My treadmill's downstairs. We have weights, everything.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
I have no excuse other than myself. I literally set the alarm and then I snooze and
Yep.
snooze and snooze till 6:30, and I have then I can't because I have to actually get up and begin my day.
Right.
How do you motivate yourself to get out of that bed to go and
You
work
just
out?
have to get up,
Oh
and
my
you
gosh.
physically have to get up and just get dressed, get in your car, and just go.
God, that's amazing.
That's the only way I can do it. Because if I had a gym in my house, believe me, I would probably not use it.
Really.
So I have to physically get in my car and go.
I think I need to like stick my alarm clock, which is my cell phone,
Which is mine too.
on the other side of the bedroom so I can't snooze it.
Oh yeah, because then you would have to get up.
And then I'm
But
up.
maybe
No,
you might go right back to bed.
I probably
so.
would. I probably
Yeah.
would. I honestly, anyone that can do that in the morning, get up and go like that, I'm impressed
Yeah.
by. Because I,
Yeah, I have to do it more. I've put some weight on now that summer's over. So now you have like all this pumpkin stuff
yeah.
and like
who
fall
doesn't love the
stuff, and then like beef stew and just soups like that. So
and then you're running right into the holidays.
oh yeah, yeah.
It goes
So
by quick.
But yeah, you have to work out if you want to
Yeah,
keep a nice figure.
if I want to, if I want to eat.
Yeah, right. If you want to eat and maintain. So
That's great.
I'm gonna have to get you to go with me.
I'm gonna have to run. Well, you'll be
You
much
get-
quicker
well-
than
well,
I
no,
am.
you- I'll
I'll
start-
be like having like an asthma attack.
I'll
even though I
start
don't
you
have
off
asthma.
I'll start you off at the gym.
Okay.
Okay, well then we can go from there.
Oh God, you're laughing.
I'll have to physically. Maybe I have to go to your house.
You
And,
may
and
have to
come
physically, like, get me out
you.
of bed.
So
Because my husband, he's very motivated. He'll get up. He'll work out.
Uh-huh.
He can easy. He's like, yeah, I just set my alarm. I'm like, okay.
yeah, Yeah.
I'm just like, nope.
Nope,
I'm
not
still laying
happening.
there, yeah.
Not happening.
Well, it makes sense that you have so much energy because of what you do
Well,
every day. You're working with toddlers, you're working
it's-
with children, and they
It
need
is
you to be on.
so physical,
Mhm.
especially in that classroom.
Mhm.
You are just like, you're running, and you can't sit down for like 2 seconds because you have to watch everything.
Yep.
You have to, this one's over here doing this one's over there doing
Yep.
that. So it's just like you're constantly moving. So that's another good thing.
Yes,
Why-
it keeps
why
you
you're
healthy.
physically fit,
Mhm.
but yeah.
And the toddlers want a teacher that wants to be there,
Yeah.
and they want a teacher that's willing to get down on the floor
Yep.
with them, play with them,
That's what
do
we do
projects
all
with them.
day, all
That's
day.
huge.
And then you know what they even love even more, like when we go outside,
Oh, yeah.
and like I do exercises with the kids.
That's awesome.
Like we do the yoga, you
Yep.
know, the yoga poses that we
Yes.
have to do.
Yes.
So we do that, and then they just love it. Like when you play Monster, and then you have to like run
Yes.
after them outside in the playground. So
And it's great for the kids. They need to be active.
they
They
do.
need to
They
be
do.
running and playing and jumping and skipping.
That's all
it's-
that's what we do.
It's huge.
We do jumping jacks,
That's
everything.
awesome. Well, this weekend, my husband's like, let's go for a hike. I'm like, let's go for a hike. And our daughter, Avery, was
Uh-huh.
like, I don't want to go for a hike. And we're like, no, you need for exercise. This will be great. Let's get out.
Right.
She goes, I'll just put one of those DVD mom does on. We're
Why
like,
you do the DVDs?
yes. And my husband, and we're like, you're not going to do an exercise DVD at 6.
She really wanted to do a DVD, and you do a DVD.
Yes.
I got to get you out of the house.
I
more.
But that's what she considered exercise. She's like, I'm like, but a hike's fun. We
It
can
is.
take pictures.
Where did you go on the hike?
We ended up not going because we were just like,
Why? Because she wanted to do the DVD?
DVD.
Oh, okay.
But we go to Joe's Rock and you hike up. You get to look over everything, take pictures, look
Yep.
at the leaves. We do scavenger hunts.
What's that purgatory?
Purgatory Chasm.
Yeah.
That's up 146. But all that is so nice. It gets everyone out.
You can go to like Lincoln
Lincoln Woods.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. No,
Yep.
it's like all these things that you can do with
Yeah.
your children that it's great for everyone.
Yeah.
It gets everyone out about.
You know, we should do like have like something that the parents could do like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Honestly.
just like an idea, like
Yep.
what you could do with the children on the weekends to get them
And
out and
it's-
exercise.
And it's free. It costs nothing because having
Right.
a family can be expensive. It's great exercise. It takes about an hour or something, and it just gets the kids' blood flowing and out and about. So
And ours too.
yes,
So-
exactly. I think I need it more sometimes. So over the years, as you've worked in childcare, what has been the most rewarding experience? If you had a child you really influenced, or something that happened that you found very rewarding as a teacher.
You know, with social media and everything that goes on, seeing the children that I had
Yeah.
when from like 2 or 3,
Yeah.
and one of them was actually on American Idol.
No
Tried
way.
out for it. Yeah.
That is amazing.
So yeah, and she's like 22, 23 now.
Yep.
So it's like, you know, watching something like that is like, wow, I had that child
Yep.
in one of my schools. So
Isn't
it's
it?
just amazing, you know.
That
just-
you make a good point though about social media. You get to stay in contact with so many
Yes.
people, and you
And-
get to see these kids grow up to be
Yes,
adults.
because I also taught in Florida for a few years.
Oh wow!
So yep, so like I even like, you know, you get to social media, you see them too
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, it's very nice. I see the parents, I see all the children that I've had. So we go back and forth.
That's
so,
great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure sometimes you might be out seeing these kids, and they probably don't know who you. Because
Exactly.
if you had them in toddlers or preschool, the child sometimes
Right.
doesn't recall.
Right.
But
But
you recall
but
that.
no- but knowing the parent, they
Introdu-
they tell their child, and then sometimes they have pictures and say, well, that was Miss Katie, and you had, you know, she was your teacher then.
That's
and,
great.
So that's nice.
That's amazing. Now, each month we do a curriculum calendar,
Yes.
and you know all about that.
Yes.
What do you find with the curriculum calendar? How does that help you gauge your classroom? How does that help you run your classroom to make it educational?
Well, I do a theme of
Oh,
the
great.
week.
Yeah.
Yep. So of course this week is Halloween or
Yeah.
Happy Holidays
Yeah.
or autumn
Yep.
autumn fun, stuff like that. So they're so excited about this holiday
Yes.
this week. So the big thing is the art projects, the manipulatives,
Yep.
you know, the fine and gross motor skills that we do. I try to base everything around that, the cognitive development,
Yep.
especially the DAP,
Yep.
develop appropriate
Yep, practice.
practice. Yeah, so I
That's
just try to
great.
do all that.
That's great. And I think a lot of people think, oh, toddlers, like they're so little, you really can't teach them. But
Actually, they're like sponges.
exactly,
They are sponges.
It's amazing.
That's another thing that's rewarding. Like when I teach something and then they like remember it, like a couple of weeks later, I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess I really am good at my job.
Yes.
So.
And it makes you, it's amazing what happens in that first 5 years.
It does. It
Their
does.
brains are just
They say
developing.
that is the most important
Well, it's your
part.
brain.
Yeah.
It's just developing like no other so quickly.
Yeah.
You learn to
Yeah.
do basic things that we take for granted. You learn to talk, walk,
Yeah.
go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Things that we do every day and we take it becomes it's what they're learning.
Yeah.
And
that
those are
potty training
huge
is huge in my
parts
classroom.
of learning.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to potty train.
It's not. It's not. But I think the girls were a little bit easier than the boys.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I was very lucky. Avery one day just was like, I'm going to go to the potty, and she just did it.
Well, some of these kids just all of a sudden they're like boom.
Yeah,
And then and they're trained. And
that's how she
it.
was. Sleeping, no, not so.
Right.
We're still working on that.
So when my kids move up, they're like so happy, the preschool teachers,
Oh,
because
yes.
they're already trained, and
Yes.
they're like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's hard.
they still have their accidents,
Well,
but that's understandable.
That's just life
Yeah.
of being a toddler,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
You're learning
Yes.
how to do it. That is wonderful. So you said your mom was your mentor.
Yes.
Over the years. Did she always just supported you in
Yes,
early childhood?
very much,
That's
very
great.
much so. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she also too. I was captain of my tennis team
Oh, you
at
play
St.
tennis?
Ray's. Yeah,
I
I
play
play that
tennis.
too. Yeah. Well, maybe I have to get you out on the court.
You'll definitely beat me in tennis.
Yeah.
I can promise you that.
So-
I'm not good.
So she was a big fan of mine with that too. So like anything that
That's great.
I put my mind to or did, she was very supportive of everything.
That is wonderful. So so you're a toddler teacher, you're working all the time.
I used to bartend too at night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, you didn't know that? I thought I
No.
told you that.
You might, but I'm not good.
Yeah.
My memory's going.
That's mine too. So yeah, I bartended. I would like leave school and then have to bartend at night on the weekend.
And that's like till 1, 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I would do it Monday nights to Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and then I usually sometimes Sunday day.
Wow.
So and then I was going to school at night too.
No way.
So like I would have to like yeah.
How did you balance all of
I
that?
I just did it. I was younger.
Okay.
I was younger. So
Isn't it
so
amazing?
now I don't bartend anymore. I just do this. But sometimes I get the urge that I want to go
Yeah.
back once in a while because
I was a
the money
server.
is
That's the
is
thing.
good. So
I was a server. It's always nice leaving with cash in your pocket.
it is.
Mhm.
It is. And plus we got a paycheck too. So
Yeah, which is great. Yeah, but honestly, the balance of life it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
And you look back and you're like, how did I do it? But you do it.
you do it.
When you're in it, you do it.
Yes, but the older you get, you're like, oh gosh, I don't think I can do it anymore. So, but
It's not as easy. As
no,
as
it's
it
not.
once
Like
was.
when you're in your 20s or,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
30s. So
Yeah, the energy. So over your career, what lessons? So compare yourself as a teacher in your 20s to your teacher now in your 40s. What lessons did you learn that you've carried forward? Because I think teaching is something you learn as you're doing.
absolutely. You know, I've learned more from other colleagues
Yep.
and other teachers
Yep.
throughout the years. That's how I've, maintained all of this.
Yep.
I've learned something from each and every one. Different classrooms, different centers, different schools, different trainings.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I get it all.
Yep.
It's like
And
just learning through them
Yeah.
or just observing through them as
Yeah.
well.
Well, it's
So,
one of those professions that I think any profession, just like
Mhm.
life, you're never done learning.
no,
So you have to constantly.
everything is in process. It's
Yes,
just
it is.
it's
Especially
learning in
with-
process.
Working with kids, and
Yeah.
you always need to know what's going on. What's
Well,
the
I
current
think that's
thing.
why there's so many new things and new
Yeah.
trainings that
Mhm.
that we have to go through
Yep.
and do because there's always something new
Yep.
that we can always learn from.
No, it's amazing. It's great, actually.
Yeah, yeah, I love it.
Well, that's good because we love having you.
Oh,
So it
well,
works
I
out
love
very
working
well.
with you.
Nice. In your career, if there's one thing you could change, so you've had all these years in early
Mhm.
childhood, is there anything you would have changed along your path?
I don't think so. I think I've enjoyed everything that
Really?
I've done
That's
so
awesome.
far. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I've learned something from every school, every center.
Yep.
Like I said, like staff members,
Mm-hmm.
different teachers.
Yep.
Yep. So it's like you said, it's just you're still learning. You're still learning
Mhm.
every day.
Mhm.
So
Did you ever have any significant experience or achievement that you've had? That
yes, I've won quite a few awards.
really?
Yeah.
Tell us about them.
Well, from that other school that I'd
Yeah.
worked at,
Yeah.
I got outstanding performer, and I had only
It's great.
been there a year, and
Oh,
I'd
that
gotten
is
that, and then
amazing.
I got the best toddler teacher too that year. So I won
Really?
2 awards in one day.
That is
so
wonderful.
after being there for 1 year. So
That is amazing.
yeah,
Well, you definitely have the passion for early childhood.
yes,
Which is huge because, again, if you're working with children every day, you need to enjoy it.
yes,
It's not something you can like fake at all.
right.
Like as
And-
a server or bartender, customers like, oh, you're
Well, you know what?
friendly,
Sometimes
you make it work.
I
But-
used to say, my kids in my school act better than
yeah.
the
Some of your
customers at the
patrons. Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you cannot fake your passion
No.
for early childhood. You can't fake your passion for children.
no.
It's a gift someone's born with to want to work with children.
It is. It is. And
Yeah.
I thank God, every day that Christian action
Yeah.
that at St. Ray's that I had at my
Yeah.
senior in high school, that's what made me
So
know
was it-
what I wanted to do.
So did you, during your school day, could you leave the school to
That's
go?
what we did.
Okay.
We left and we went to, we could either like go to a soup kitchen or
Yeah.
the preschool daycare. So of course I picked the preschool daycare,
having no
so
idea that this would be
having
it.
no idea that this was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
great.
yeah, and I think the more seasoned I get, the better I am at.
Oh, I agree.
So
Well, because you know what works now
yes,
and what doesn't work.
yes,
You know,
and that's why I think the age thing is
Mhm.
has a lot to do with it.
wisdom.
Yeah,
You know.
and I hope that I pass that on to
So
different
I was
staff.
just gonna say
Yeah.
because you have more wisdom and knowledge than maybe the younger. You were there once, the 20-year-old
Yeah.
staff. You helped them develop with the other
I
toddler
think them
teachers.
just by observing
Yeah.
what I do and just
Yep.
taking the lead from me and I just I'm not bossing them around. But
No,
I'm
I
just
get
like,
it. No, no.
Could you why don't we do it like this, or why don't we try
Mhm.
something different?
Yep.
So
And
it works. It
and I'm
really
sure they
does.
appreciate it because
And you know what I like the best is when they come up to me and ask me questions,
that's great.
or what they should do, or how I would do it, what they could
Yeah.
do. So
Well,
am I making sense when I'm saying
yes.
this?
Yeah. No. 100%. What makes you feel appreciated?
Yeah.
That they trust your knowledge
Yes.
and your skill to give them the information.
Right.
And I'm sure because you're a colleague with them,
Yes.
they feel probably more comfortable going to you. It's
Right.
sometimes hard to go to your supervisor and ask a question,
Yes.
but you're willing to give them the answers
Right.
on certain things.
Well, sometimes they come to me
Yeah.
before they go
Well,
to,
yeah.
to the director.
Because they want to make sure, I
yeah.
think they just want to make sure they're doing it okay.
Right.
You know?
Maybe they think if they go to the director, they might get in trouble. I don't know. But
They're like, oh, let me try here first.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So.
No, I was a high school math teacher for 1 year, and
Oh my God, that was my worst subject ever.
really,
I'm the worst at math.
I'm a math. I like math.
Oh my gosh.
I love math. But it made sense. It's just like it was either right or wrong. That's why I
Right.
like that.
Right.
But it was that 1 year was probably one of the most trying years ever in my career. I had never taught before.
Right. Did
My-
they test you, the kids?
Oh my God, they won every day.
Yeah.
And
They-
I, and I,
They the toddlers do that
Oh,
too
yeah.
when a new person comes in.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh.
yes, and they were great kids, and I loved it, and I enjoyed it. But I never realized how grueling it could be.
Yes.
But if I had went back for the second year,
I think the testing really does it
Yes.
to you. It just breaks you down.
and if I went back for a second year, I would have done so many things so different.
Yes.
You know,
like
but
you were
that-
saying.
The first
yeah.
year, you're so new and learning and naive to it. The second
Yeah.
year, I feel like I would have had it. We moved from Louisiana, but it was
Wow.
it was great. It was interesting. But yeah, being a teacher, you're learning a lot every day.
Yep.
And each year, you're building on your foundation
Mhm.
of how to make your classroom better
Right.
for those kids
Yeah.
that are learning amazing things.
Well, I try. I
You
try
do.
every day.
You do a
I
great
try
job.
to give it my best every
Yep.
day. So.
And on top of it, you are the third in charge within the center.
Yes.
So not only you working in the toddler classroom, but
I'm administrative.
you're in the office doing administrative type work. So the natural transgression has been, I think, great.
Yes.
You know, and so talk about
And
work.
plus, it gets me out of the classroom
Yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah.
just to like unwind.
Yes. Now,
So, and there's a lot of interaction with the parents when you are in there, and I think they appreciate me, and
100%.
yeah.
And I think
So-
that's another great thing about childcare is it's a hard transition going into elementary school where you
right.
don't see the teachers every day and be able to, how
Yeah.
was my child's day? Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? So that's one great thing about childcare is you get to see the teachers, ask about your child's day.
Well, that tadpoles too
Yes.
is great too.
Mhm.
But I also like to tell the parents how their day was,
Yeah.
or what they learned that day, or something great that they accomplished that day.
Exactly.
So, along with the tadpoles, you
Yeah.
do have to have communication with the parents.
100%. And I think it's great when a teacher does say to you, I saw Avery do this today.
Yeah.
It makes you like, oh my God.
Or just even compliment the
yes.
child.
They notice my
Oh, just your child is just so sweet,
Yes.
or loving, and you know, so
it's wonderful. So I think you excel at that.
I do.
You know.
Not to toot my own horn.
But hey, no, you should toot it.
Toot
And
toot.
Yes, 100%. In the office. So when you changed a little bit from the classroom to the office, what was the hardest part about that?
Probably not being with the kids.
Yeah.
And feeling like they were almost suffering a little bit with me not being there
yeah.
so much. But now, since we have Megan there now,
Yeah.
it's good, so I can be in the classroom more.
Yep.
So but then it's also good to give me a little break sometimes to go into the office.
Yep.
So.
And I think you have a
And give Amanda and Megan both a break too.
100%.
So.
And I think it's great that your assistant in your classroom knows that classroom so well.
Yes.
Knows the children so well.
She is, without a doubt, the best assistant I've ever had in
That's
my
awesome.
20-some-odd years of
That's
doing
awesome.
this.
Betsy's been with the organization for a while.
I know.
Too. She's great.
I don't know what I would have ever done without her. Plus, she's a good friend too.
No, she's
so.
great. She is wonderful. Well, Katie, honestly, you've taken us through the journey of your career in early childhood. I can see why you run a lot and work out a lot.
Yeah.
You have a lot of energy. I'm very impressed. And you've actually moved up within your career, so kudos to you.
Thank you so much.
That's amazing.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.